Welcome, everyone, to Friday's Inspiration. We are live today, both on Facebook and YouTube today. So, welcome to Friday's Inspiration. There's a lot going on, isn't there? And so, a lot of instability happening on the planet right now. So, what we were going to do today is while we're waiting for more people to show up, it would be good for you to share this with some friends or those you think would be benefit from the meta clearing we're going to be doing in a few minutes. And so that we can start to elevate our vibrations even more. A lot going on, and it's been really hard on a lot of people. So a lot of people are wanting some support right now. And so that's why we come here, is to clear all those places that are challenged. Let me see if this helps with Facebook any. No. Or YouTube. Maybe a little. Okay, there. So we do want all the same things, don't we? We want to all experience more peace on the planet, more harmony with each other, and less fear and anger, and more cohesion. We all want to experience more peace of mind instead of what's going on, and experiencing more love on the planet. I've spoken before about how love is really kryptonite for the dark forces on the planet. Thanks for showing up, everybody. John and Roma and Champa. I think that's what that says. So yes, welcome. So we do all want the same things, and it's quite interesting how there is such a dichotomy going on right now of such completely polar opposite views. And so this is all part of the great divide that is happening right now. This is a free will planet, free choice. And, one of the things that we do also want is more freedom. And we're not talking about the free range slavery freedom where we have that illusion of slavery or that illusion of freedom, but we're still really being controlled and manipulated, and it's not really true freedom. So we are all wanting to have these things, no matter what side you're on right now, no matter how disappointed you are in what's happening or how excited you are about what's happening. Things are still unfolding, and things are just beginning to unravel. So those who are, I just want to help you take a meta view just for a minute, because what all of what's going on right now is designed to do, it's designed to pull us out of our core and get distracted on the outside, just like the George Floyd thing and the Black Lives Matter and Antifa and this and ISIS and whatever. It's always going to be something. And so it's really our job to do our best to stay in that center core where there is peace and unconditional love that we can self-generate, and where we can find that peace of mind. And so this is why we keep coming here, is to keep eliminating those energies that want to bring us down, that want to pull us down. It's like a bad case of gravity, and it just keeps pulling us down, down, down. And so unless we have a way of staying on top of these things and managing these energies, eliminating these energies, and, I'm not talking about mastering these energies in a way that a lot of people are, which is by leaving their bodies. It's really uncomfortable, all the things that they may be experiencing, especially if they've been watching the news as a way of trying to stay in touch with what's going on. The news is no longer the news anymore. And so it's very hard for people and very confusing, mostly because people don't know what to believe. And so they have lots of ways of deciding which direction to go. And it's often based on those around them. They believe what's, their friends believe, or their family, just so that they don't rock the boat. But one of the things that's really valuable about this infinity system that I've been given, that's outlined in my new book, Access Your Ultimate Power, the Blueprint to Infinite Intelligence, that in that book, it outlines a way of being able to measure truth. This is what Dr. David Hawkins did in his book, Power versus Force. And he created a scale that measured human consciousness, and this was also a scale that could be used to measure truth. If, according to his scale, things were at 1,000, then it was complete truth. So in 2012, I was able to break through that scale, and now the new scale, the infinity scale, goes to infinity. And it breaks through to infinity right about 250,000. So this is a much more elevated kind of a scale. And if everybody, could determine what was true, there would be a lot less confusion. There would be a lot less chaos because people could have more certainty about what they believe. And so that's why I can be calm about what I see going on, and why I avoid a lot of stuff on the internet. People send me stuff all the time. And if it's not 95, 100% true, I'm not going to, bother with reading it. And there was one video that I shared that was called the Plan to Steal America. I think that was the name of the plan. Or how America was stolen, or something along those lines. And I posted that because I measured it to be 100% true. And then, of course, the fact checkers have to come along and determine their level of truth, or what they like to portray as their level of truth. And so I clicked on one of the links, and a whole slew of related anti or fact checker posts were also attached to that, about 16 of them. So before I watched any of them, which I decided not to, because 90% of them were only 15% true. There was one that was 30% true, and only one that was 50% true. So you can see why people are so confused about what's going on our planet, especially if they're watching mainstream media, or even on the internet. If they don't know how to determine what's true, you're going to be confused. So that's why I do measure truth. I do measure truth here. And this is why I can have confidence that we are experiencing a massive change, right? We all can feel it. We all can feel this transition we're going through. And, it's kind of like the dark before the storm. Things are sort of just beginning to really unravel. And we still have probably 2 or 3 years of a lot of chaos, unfortunately. But when you think about how long these dark forces have been ruling the planet, it's like the big bullies in the neighborhood. How long they've been ruling this planet, and far beyond this planet. But it's, these changes are not going to happen overnight. And so it's really our job to stay in our core, to stay in these high vibrations, and to continue to be this vessel for love that wants to be shared more on the planet. So that's what we're going to be clearing today, is those places that might have you a little off balance right now, maybe feeling a lot of anger, or hopelessness, or sadness. It's like a roller coaster for a lot of you. And I'm not saying don't feel these emotions, because those are very real part of the human experience, and necessary. And at the same time, I believe it's also necessary right now, because apparently not enough have woken up, and I do believe more have woken up than you realize, because the way things are being portrayed out there, you would think that everybody is still asleep, but they're not. We've crossed that 50% threshold very easily, and so the majority of people know that there's something very amiss, that's going on the planet right now. So the majority are on board with the transition, with the change. And that's why I think you'll see, obviously there's going to be a lot of unrest, because the majority of people have not voted for what's happening right now. And so the majority of people are not going to be happy about what's happening. And so this is where great change happens. It's like we've been in a pressure cooker for so long, and all of these untruths, that the truth is rising. And so people who are following and instinctually can feel what's true, this is what's happening now is making a lot of people crazy. And so we need to stay in those high vibrations. I just want to check some of your comments and be sure to subscribe to this channel if you like what I deliver here and you enjoy the meta clearings that I share. Be sure to share that, like this, click on the thing to get notified whenever we go live so that you can also share that with your friends. Yes, Champa's feeling the roller coaster as well, indeed. And then so we have some people here who've done the running your energy meditation and clearing the heart space, and it's really helped. So great. Thank you for sharing that, Gaia. That's helpful for other people. Like I already know this works, right? But a lot of people don't realize how powerful it is, the work that we're doing here. So thank you for showing up. And Alejandra Barragan, is that Crystal? Maybe that's, you go by a different name here on YouTube. Yes, yeah, we can't make sense out of nonsense that's happening on the news and on the planet. And I also know of people that have shared messages with me that they were actually in Capitol Hill when this happened, or when the whole whatever. I haven't been watching the news, so I can't really say, but they've told me that they were there, and what's happening and what's being revealed on the news is just a bunch of lies. So I'm not, listening to any of that. I do better staying focused and in my core and in a high vibration when I'm not watching all of that stuff. So it's interesting how, just last night I had a dream about how, well, anyway, that the particular president was being put into office, and there were SWAT members outside my window, and they were telling everybody to come off of the beach and come inside. We all had to come inside now, and because communism was taking over. And so then I woke up after that, and I shared it with a friend who is not, we are not on the same page. And so it was really a good chance for me to see how intensely people feel about things, and that it's a real struggle for a lot of people right now. And if you're not in these higher vibrations, you will be struggling, because we still need to see this polarity for a little bit longer for more people to wake up, apparently. So those of us who are in these higher vibrations, we trust in a much higher divine plan. And we weren't waiting, and we're not waiting for certain events to happen. There's a lot of people are waiting for this thing to be decided before they can move on with their lives, and then hoping that, life will get back to normal. And we all know, those of you who show up here, that there's nothing going to be normal about what continues to transpire. We're not going back to normal. There is a whole new normal, and it's going to be very challenging for a while before things get better. So it's just like that sprout that comes up through the earth. It pushes up the dirt first before it can, do its sprouting. So that's what we're in right now. So Z, we're not doing personal clearings today. We're doing a basic clearing, and we're working on, why we all want the same things, but most people are really having a hard time attaining this. And so, especially those who have been, engaged in the media and what's being portrayed out there, and they don't know how to measure truth, that they are going to be very blindsided. And those who are still in that sort of sleepy state and not really realizing what's going on, those people are going to be having the hardest time. And having been born and raised in a religious cult, I see a global cult on the planet right now. And so I know how hard it is to go from a belief that you really cling to as the truth, that you really believe with every cell in your being that this is what is true. And then to finally wake up, like I did in this religious cult, to finally wake up to what is really indeed true, can be life-shattering, to say the least, for many. And this is why the suicide rate is so high. This is why depression is at an all-time high. And all of these things are going on. So I get that it's really hard for a lot of people. And so I appreciate that you come here to participate in this. So let's get started. Let's get started. Yes. Well, thank you, Z. She says you are an extremely ethical elite advocate for the most oppressed. And thank you for putting it that way. She's got some great ways of, I love how you phrase things a lot, Z, so I appreciate your support. All right, so let's get started with this meta clearing. So this meta clearing is going to be focusing on the places in you right now that are having a hard time allowing you to be in this higher vibration of joy and amusement, which is another higher vibration. And it's a great tool to navigate a lot of the serious energies we have on the planet right now. So I'm gonna walk you through this process of running your energy. And if you like doing this process, we're going to be doing it every single day starting January 11th for an entire month. And it's the theme of this. It's called the Infinite Love Adventure Challenge. And so we're all going to be elevating our love quotient so that we can see what we attract that's going to be new and different as we redefine what Valentine's Day means and what we could possibly manifest that would be different. Maybe it's just more self-love. Maybe we want to improve the relationship that we're in, or maybe we want to bring in a new partner. So either way, that's what our focus is going to be for an entire month. So if you want to join us, you can find the link in my bio. And also, if you want to go to my website, kimberlysherry.com, and you can also find it on there. So let's get started, because this is time. It's time to get aligned, right? All right. So the first part of getting ultra grounded, there's 3 parts, is to put down that line of energy from the base of your spine all the way to the center of the planet. This is what releases all of the worry, stress, anxiety that you collect throughout your day that's not your energy, and it gives it a place to go. So I'm just helping you release these energies down your grounding cord, all the energies that keep us in those lower vibrations. Great. And then we're going to send roots down from our feet deep into the earth. It's going to go all the way to the other side of the planet just by using our free imagination. We're going to imagine those roots wrapping around the entire planet. And then from there, we're going to bring that abundant feminine earth energy up through the legs and then down the grounding so that we're solidly anchored to our planet Earth, a very safe place to connect to. And then let's see if we have a worry circle. This is the final part of getting ultra grounded. The worry circle radiates around your root chakra and it holds worry. So let's see where that is. Yes, it's out to the 3rd layer. So just imagine you know where the 3rd layer of your aura is. And we're going to pull in this circle of energy around your root chakra so that we can send all that worry down your grounding cord. Excellent. Excellent. So you might already notice feeling a little bit calmer just by doing that much. And even if you forget the rest of what we're going to do and you just do this every single day, morning and night, you will feel a lot calmer. And then you can be in your body more, where we have all of our answers and information. So next, we're going to bring your attention above your crown, above your head, and we're going to start connecting with pure source energy. And we're going to start bringing pure source energy down through the rings that are stacked above our head. So there's anywhere between 3 and 50 rings, depending on how spiritually developed we are. And these hold all of our dreams and our desires and what we want to create in our life. So we're bringing pure source down through these rings so that they can get recalibrated at our highest and best interests. As we bring this pure source into the crown, which is where we give ourselves permission to have, be, and do what we desire up here. So as we bring this pure source energy down through the central core through our crown and down through the central core, it's going to spin each of the chakras on the way down. So 7, 6, 5, right at the throat, 4. So it's stopping right at the heart. Let's go out to the third layer, both front and back, and we're going to start pulling in all the energies that keep us in that place of trying to prove our worth and value, that if we do something, then we deserve something else. Like if we get a vaccine, then we deserve to get on an airplane or be in a certain profession or go to a certain school or maybe get food. We don't know how far they're going to take these crazy things. All right, so we're pulling in this energy here at the heart, and it's also an energy where you judge yourself, where you make yourself wrong. Okay, great. So as we're bringing pure source down through the heart, something's still there where it's a little stuck. So I just found a control being. So control beings are a lot like fear entities. These are a newer thing that I've introduced here. Control beings are used by the reptilian energies to control humanity. So they don't want us to know that we have the ability to self-generate love. And the heart is also where we access our infinite intelligence, which they also don't want. So, so we're going to go all the way out to the 30th layer, both front and back of the heart. And this is where the reptilians hang out, in that 30th layer. So it's no mistake that we're finding this control being operating from this level. So we're going to pull this being into the core of our heart. We're going to collect up all of these judgments, all the ways we are made to feel wrong, like we're not doing enough, and how we're falsely responsible for everybody else's lives and outcome. Actually, everybody is responsible for their own lives. That's why this is a free will planet. 3, 2. So it pulls into the second layer at the heart there, where there's a lot of anger and rage. So these are the energies that the 1% and reptilians use to keep our heart energy pushed down. So when we're angry at ourselves, that's not a high vibration. That's a lower, dense energy. So we're going to pull this control being now up into the throat. We're going to pull it out through the central core. I'm going to pull it up into the throat, where it also goes all the way out to the 30th layer. So we're going to pull in their energy at the throat, where they don't want to hear what we have to say. You can see that all over social media, where they're censoring truth. And I'm going to pull this control being up into the 6th chakra, where it goes out to the 3rd layer. So the 3rd layer relates to our power and all the beliefs. This is where our beliefs live, all the beliefs around how powerful we can be. So we're going to pull that energy in and let go of all of these programs, as we're going to pull those up through the central core. The programs that have been implanted here that are not ours. It's not our truth. Okay. And as we pull this control being up into the crown now, it also goes out to the third layer. So the crown is where we get our personal permission, and the third layer is the power to access our permission. So we're going to pull in that energy there where they don't want us to have our permission. We're going to lift this control being up through the central core, and we're going to send it off planet, which is where these need to go now. This is where Spirit is directing these. Okay, so as we go back to bringing pure source down through the central core, from the throat into the heart, there we go, now it's moving, into the solar plexus, down into that second chakra in the lower belly, spilling down the root. Yeah, take a deep breath. Now, this is the most powerful alignment we can create, where we're connected way up high to pure source energy and rooted deeply into our Mother Earth. So we're just breathing into this really powerful alignment for a moment. And now we're going to mix these two energies. The earth energy coming up through the legs with pure source coming down the backside where that meets at the root. We're going to mix these together and bring it up the front, real close to the spine, so we can clear the front of each of our chakras. So because as it comes up through that second, it's stopping right in that lower belly. The congestion goes all the way out to the 15th layer. And this is where the 1%, they hang out in the 15th layer, where they want us to create for them. So this is where they're tapped into our creative energy and sort of like siphoning off our creative energy so that we're creating for them instead of ourselves. So that's where a lot of people are stuck in this hard working paradigm and energies. Okay, great. Clear that. And so now we're going to bring this 50-50 mixture up through the second solar plexus where it's stopping again. Let's go out to that third layer. So this is the energy of just like feeling stuck. You feel stuck, might feel tired, might even feel a little depressed. This is where your energy is just being held down. Really hard to get things done. You have to really push and force and chase to make things happen. Again, this energy is not even yours. So we're going to bring this 50-50 mixture up through the solar plexus now and up into the heart where it's stopping again. Let's go out to that third layer so you can access more of the power of your heart, the power in your infinite intelligence, all those things that you intuitively, deeply know. You have a deep wisdom here that many people have had amnesia to. That's this waking up that we're experiencing, is accessing more of our depth of knowledge, wisdom, intuition in our hearts. That's the power, the true power in our hearts. That and being able to generate self-love. So as we pull this 50-50 mixture up through the heart, throat, so it's stopping right at that throat, out to that third layer, where they don't want to hear what we have to say, right? All the censoring. We'll just send all of those energies down the grounding. So we're going to go back to bringing this 50-50 mixture up through the throat, 6th chakra, crown, rings. You may have activated more of those creative rings now. And so now the energy is going to cascade down through all the layers of our aura as it merges below our feet with our grounding cord so the aura has a place to release. Let's pay special attention to the third layer of our aura, starting at the top, as we release all of this effort, pushing, chasing, feeling trapped, feeling hopeless, feeling powerless. Just going to drop all of that down the grounding. And then we're going to jump all the way out to the 30th layer. And we're going to start at the bottom. And we're going to lift this reptilian energy out of our energy field. This is the energy that's behind these oppressive energies on the planet. It's this reptilian influence. A lot of that energy mostly up around the 6th and 7th chakras, where we spend time thinking thoughts that aren't ours. And that's the reptilian energies, all those defeated thoughts, that make us feel hopeless and powerless. So we're going to send that through the central core off planet. And then we're going to bring the energy from the upper 4 chakras, the heart, throat, 6, crown, and all of the rings. We're going to bring all of those energies out that right arm. So it's getting stuck right at the clavicle, where it's getting stuck. Well, I didn't know that was like that. It's getting stuck at the clavicle of your right arm. So that makes it hard for you to give. And so we're just going to bring that energy out that right arm. It's come down to the elbow. And so receiving starts with giving first, giving from the heart. And then we're going to put the fingertips together so that that energy can flow through the palms and through the fingertips. So we can get the full benefit of this energy as it comes into that left receiving hand, where you are blocking your ability, left hand, your ability to receive. So it's not about other people not giving to you. It's how much you can allow yourself to receive. And that's hard for a lot of people, because they want to be able to blame someone else for not giving to them. I give you so much and I get nothing back. It's not about them. It's what you can allow. So that's what we're doing here, is we're opening this channel so you can allow through the heart, through the throat, simultaneously through the throat, so you can ask for what you need and actually receive it. And then through that 6th chakra, through the crown, giving yourself permission, through all of the rings. Great. So this is the main process of running your energy. This is what we do every single day, practicing. This is what we're going to be doing every day in those that entire month. And so as you can see, I'm in the background helping you release the energies that are actually stuck. And so that focus is going to be all on love next time. But here we are today, focusing on all the things we want and why it's so hard to get it, why it's so hard to attain what it is we truly desire. We all want peace and harmony and more love on the planet and more cohesion and adventures and inspiration and lighter vibes, light. So one other place that people are really struggling is financially. So in this 20-minute meditation, the one that's free online, I'm working on an updated one. It also, about half of it is devoted to raising your money vibration. So let's do that now as well, because no matter what business plans and strategies you implement, which are important, but if your money vibration is still low, you're only going to make so much money, period. Doesn't matter what funnels you have, how great your business coach is, whatever the plans are. If the money vibration is low, it's not going to matter. So let's raise the money vibration. Imagine a big pile of money sitting out in front of you. Put a grounding cord on it, a separate private grounding cord. And let's start releasing all the things that bring down your money pile. Beliefs of other people, like your mom and her hardworking martyr. A lot of martyr mom beliefs in our money pile. Okay, and how about dads? Yes, and this is whether they've crossed over or not, because it's their beliefs that are in your money pile. So a lot of hardworking dads, like, yes, you have to work hard for a living. There's a more effortless approach when we activate our feminine energy. And then if you have a partner or a spouse or an ex that wants you to fail, send that down your grounding cord. And then how about well-meaning friends? Yes. And also well-meaning family and children. Yes, they put really high demands on our money. And then anybody related to work, like maybe a boss, a business partner, clients, colleagues, affiliates, etc., business partners. Yes, got some of those. Send that down the grounding. And then last but not least, the 1%. They're always in the money because they own most of the money, the dirty money that's on the planet. And so we want to generate some clean fuel money sources and rich resources. And so we're draining the 1% out and reptilian energies out of our money pile. So now this money pile is vibrating at infinity. Will it stay this way? No. This is something that needs to be done on an ongoing basis. Just like when we go to the dentist and we get our teeth all cleaned and shiny and sparkling, we don't just walk away and go, oh, good, I'm good for the next year. No, you have to maintain your teeth on a daily basis. Same thing with running our energy. So every day you got to drain that 1% out of your money pile until it will eventually remain at a high vibration. But most of you are not there yet. So now that it's at a high money vibration, let's imagine a liquid gold stream of energy coming into our creative rings. It's going to recalibrate our dreams and desires with money and rich resources, prosperity and abundance, so that it's at our highest and best interest. So as that money vibration is coming into the crown, allow that to give yourself permission to have what you desire into that sixth chakra, clearing those limiting and lack mindsets. In the throat, so you can ask for money. If you can tell people what you charge for what you do, that's asking for money. And down into the heart, so that you know you are by your very nature abundant and that you deserve to have an abundant life. As it comes down into the solar plexus, let this high vibration of money clear out all the effort, pushing, chasing, forcing, and let it activate your feminine magnet in that solar plexus so you can attract things to you effortlessly. And then as it spills down into that second chakra, activating your transformer that converts energy into physical things like money and clients. And maybe cars, if you needed a new car or a place to live. Those are all material things that can be part of this money pile. So now that money's spilling down the root, let's bring this mixture up the front through the second chakra, recalibrating that transformer, clearing out the anger that you have towards money. Like if you have a good friend, but you're always mad at them and you just feel like they always let you down and they never show up when they're supposed to, and then they suddenly leave and you always have all this anger at them, well, they're not going to show up very often. It's the same thing with money. We want to change this relationship so that we appreciate everything we currently have, for one thing. And then when even the smallest bits of money or rich resources or opportunities show up, that we show so much gratitude so that we can tell the universe what we want more of. So as this money is coming up through the second and the third and the heart, let it stir in that heart. And clearing out all the coulda, woulda, shouldas with money, all the regrets. Like just drop a big guillotine and just drop the past. There's nothing we can do about all the coulda, woulda, shouldas. We only can move forward from this day here, today, right now. So bring in gratitude and appreciation. Great. And as we bring that up through the heart and the throat, sixth chakra, crown, rings, let this money cascade down through all the layers of your aura, especially around that second chakra, where there's a lot of anger that you're holding in your energy field around money. Maybe it's really challenging for you. Right now, if you're not using the times that we're living in right now to become more innovative, right now, new things are being created because obviously the old things are not working. So people are getting very creative, very innovative, creating new things, new ways of doing things. When we're clear in a high vibration, we're going to access new information. And so this is when we start to implement these new things. We start to access our gifts, our divinely given gifts that no one else has but you. We each have these different facets to this big diamond, and we all bring our gifts. We all bring our offering to the planet, and we all contribute what we can and what we are meant to do here. And if you don't know yet what you're meant to do, that's part of the journey. That's part of the exploration. What are your gifts that you can bring to help change this apparent mess that we're in? Okay, so we're bringing this money vibration down through all the layers of the aura, especially that third layer, so we can clear out that effort around the heart where you're still beating yourself up. So we've got to stop that and start taking some inspired action in the right direction. 3. Let's clear the 15th layer. We're going to start at the bottom. That 1%. Great. And then the 30th layer, also starting at the bottom. A lot around the heart. Yeah, they want us to think it's all our fault that we're struggling. Okay, great. 30. And then we're going to bring this high vibration of money out into the world. So we're going to bring the energy from the upper 4 chakras, all the rings. We're going to bring that money out the right arm as we give out into the economy. Money likes to flow. It doesn't like to be hoarded. It doesn't like to be stagnant. And then as we put those fingertips together, allow yourself to receive all the money and rich resources that are out there waiting for you. As we bring that down through the front and back of the heart, throat, 6, crown, all the rings. Awesome. Awesome, awesome. Great way to start the weekend, isn't it? I appreciate all of you coming here and showing up. And I will be back on Tuesday to entertain your questions. So be sure to share this with your friends. And if you'd like to take it a next step, like maybe you enjoy this and you're already thinking of joining us on the 11th, which is coming right up, Monday. Oh my goodness, is it true? Is that true? This Monday? Yes, it's already the 8th today. OMG. So yes, time is still speeding up and going so fast. So Monday, we are going to be starting this new journey of doing this every single day except Sunday, which is an integration day, so that we can play our part to bring more love to the planet. Love is kryptonite to these darker energies and so necessary, so needed for us to be in these higher vibrations. So I hope you'll be joining us. If that's not something you're interested in doing, maybe groups is not your thing, but you're curious about working with me on a one-to-one basis, the way where everybody starts is first with a vibrational altitude report. I measure more than 40 different calibrations: martyr, victim, shame, anger, cords. Who's cording? Who's siphoning energy off you? How many control beings do you have? How many fear entities are keeping you afraid of stepping forward? It just goes on and on. Anyway, I don't need to know anything about you. You just click the link. I think we'll post it here on YouTube. Maybe Roma could do that. Thank you. And so this report, it's a 17-page report, comes with a 30-minute chat with me so you can get all your questions answered. And I'd be curious to see what you're wanting to create in the world and what you need help with. Maybe I can help you. Maybe we're aligned, maybe we're not, but we won't know until we at least try. And also in this report, I tell you all the places where the energy is stuck. So potentially, if you're a healer, you have your own ways of doing things, but you're not quite there yet, like you still have some blind spots. See if you can clear the energies on your own, because then you'll know where they are. And then you can still check in with the 30 minutes that we have a chat and see if you moved anything. So that's another way of checking in with things. But that's where everybody starts who wants to work with me. And so you can get all your calibrations read that way without knowing anything about you. All right, we have a few comments here. Let's see what we have. Maybe you have some questions about what we were talking about today. And so let's see what we have. Let's see. ZZZ. Yes, get your report done, people, for sure. It's where everything can shift and change, because we don't know what we don't know. And a lot of you are in this illusion that I can't tell you how often this happens, where someone will come, get a report, and be completely shocked at some of the things that are going on, and especially at the fact that they're not even in their bodies all the way, which is why they don't have a clue about what's going on. But this is the coping mechanism. That's a very common thing that happens, but it keeps us in this illusion that everything's great when it's really not, and you're holding a lot of stuff and not even knowing about it. So anyway, get your report, enjoy your weekend, and thank you everyone on Facebook as well for showing up here today. You're also welcome. Okay, great. So I'm going to go off and enjoy my weekend. I'm doing some work on my van, my conversion van, that I'm looking forward to completing. That's going to be a little while because I'm going to take my time. It's no rush, right? Anyway, go off and enjoy your weekend. And my mentor, this is sort of an up-leveled version of how does it get better than this, as he likes to ask, how can pure source become even more evident in my life? It's just another one of those inquiries, open-ended inquiries. Let spirit show you how pure source can be even more amplified, more evident, more visible in your life. All right, sending much love, everyone. Thank you for joining, and we'll see you on Tuesday. All right, sending much love. Namaste. Welcome, everyone, to Friday's